Alright guys, today I'm going to be putting you onto what I think are the 5 most underrated YouTube channels if you're a skateboarder. And these channels, they're not really like known YouTubers or like little stupid YouTubers like me. These guys are like super valid, but due to the nature of their content, I feel like they don't get the views or the recognition that they deserve. But more than that, you guys are my local homies and I want you to know where to find the best skateboard content on the internet. But first, we do have some packages to unbox, so let's get to it. Obviously, I already took these shoes out of the box, but they are some Dunks from Good Kicks. Open them up. Very, very clean. Very plain white and brown colorway. Super stoked on this colorway. I think they're gonna go well with what's in the next package. So let's open that up. So this package is actually the sponsor of today's video, which is me. I'm sponsoring this video. So this is the first look at the Friday Cyberpunk crewneck. This is the mocha brown. So you can see this Cyberpunk logo. It says Friday right here. These characters, I think it's kanji, it's EDIF, so every day is Friday. So it's got it in English above, and then on the back, again, the EDIF in kanji, and then every day is Friday. I guess the brown is like a little bit different, but I feel like they match. All right, and then we got one more. Let me know if you guys like these designs or if this is a miss, because obviously I want to design stuff that you guys are gonna mess with. I want the merch or whatever to be like a reflection of what you guys are and like the community, not just what I want. So here is same design, forest green. This time it's a hoodie. Every day is Friday on the back. Super stoked on the new Friday gear. I'm actually gonna put it on and then we'll get into the 5 most underrated skateboard channels on YouTube. Okay, so the first super underrated YouTube channel. This is for people that are like my age. If you're a millennial, I think you'll really love watching these videos. And if you're younger, I think you should watch these videos too. This channel really like encapsulates the feeling of skating in like the early 2000s, mid 2000s, which is when I first started skating. But this channel is Hijinx. Hijinx is a channel run by Beagle. He's like one of the head filmers for Baker and Deathwish. If you don't know who Beagle is, you're probably really young and you need to do your research because Beagle is a legend, one of the most renowned skateboard filmers to this day. And basically his channel Hijinx is like raw clips behind the scenes of him filming with legends like Andrew Reynolds, Antoine Dixon, Brian Herman, Eric Ellington, Jim Greco, like all of the OGs, like piss drunk guys. Like a lot of it is shot on VX, so it's like that super raw nostalgic feeling for skateboarders. And that raw style is kind of coming back on trend now in 2022, almost 2023. So for you younger ones, I think you can take a lot of inspiration for your edits by watching Beagle's videos. Essentially that camera equipment that he's using is really cheap today and it has that nice like raw, rough aesthetic to it. I was watching Nigel's last part and it was almost like the filming was like too perfect that it took away from like the violence and the roughness and the rawness of skateboarding. And that's what I really love about Hijinx is like the vibe is like so real and you just feel like you're like this fly on the wall watching all these legendary skaters do tricks that have ended up in some of the biggest skate videos that have ever come out. So shout out to Beagle, go check out Hijinx. The second channel is one that's actually started to like pop off in the last little bit, but is still pretty under the radar. But I think it's going to blow up. I really hope so. But that is Kevin Perez's YouTube channel. Kevin Perez was a filmer for April Skateboards, Primitive Skateboards. This guy has filmed with, you know, all the best skaters. He recently put out like an 11-minute edit, maybe it was longer, with skaters like Yuto, Paul Rodriguez, just to name a few, but like we're talking like the best dudes, Frankie Villani, just so many like top tier level skateboarders. It's similar to the vibe with like Hijinx, except for it's more like updated. He's got insanely nice cameras. The footage is like so crisp and clean. And the skateboarding is obviously like top tier today level, just like the best dudes doing the hardest tricks. Not only that, but Kevin sometimes does these live streams where basically he edits us footage while he's streaming, and he'll answer your questions. And I got in there and asked the homie like 3 or 4 questions, you know, about filming with like pros, and he took the time to like answer my questions and really like be personal, which is pretty rare, like that you get an insight into, you know, the top echelons of skateboarding. Anyways, Kevin's a real one. Go check out Kevin Perez for love. I'll leave links to all these channels in the description. Make sure you check them out and sub to all of them. The third channel is Winkle TV. If you listen to the 9 Club, you've probably heard of Winkle. Basically, he's this skateboard filmer that went over to Barcelona to film skateboarding and just like never came back. I mean, I'm sure he comes back to the US, probably has to renew his visa or passport or whatever, but he's been in Barcelona for like a decade or something. From the outside, it kind of seems like Winkle is the Beagle, but for Europe, for Barcelona specifically. Like all the pro skaters that are trying to go skate in Barcelona, they hit up Winkle because he has all the spots and is in the trenches over there and just knows everything. Recently, he put out a video of him and Tori Pudwell filming for the Bigger Bang part. He's actually doing like episodes, releasing like raw footage, just showing what it took to get the tricks that Tori got in his Bigger Bang part, that part was absolutely insane. For me personally, I'm like obsessed with skating, obsessed with like these top pros and what it takes for them to get these insane tricks, do, you know, the hardest tricks on the hardest or the coolest spots. So if you're kind of like obsessive like that, like me, you'll probably love Winkle TV. It's one of those vibes where you can pop it in. You don't necessarily need to be like watching it intently. It's kind of like you can have it going on in the background and then like come back to it as the skater's getting close to the trick, and it's just, you feel like immersed in skateboarding when you're watching Winkle TV. Now the fourth YouTube channel is one that you may have heard of, may not have, but it's called Makba Life, I believe. They host a game of skate called the King of Makba or the Queen of Makba. If you don't know what Makba is, it's this skateboard plaza in Barcelona. Well, I don't know if it's considered a plaza, but basically there's this big museum, and out front it's got this like plaza thing, and they just don't care if skaters skate, and it's like perfect granite. Makba's like on my bucket list to like go and skate there. It's like so many iconic spots all together in one place. It's pretty much a skate park. But what I really like is these games of skate for the King of Makba. Basically, it's like a full park game of skate, but the rules are a little bit different. So the way it works is instead of playing to skate, you play to the letters Makba, but the skaters have to take turns setting the trick. So you can't just blow somebody out. Every single time they alternate who gets to set the trick. And say the first trick was like on this ledge, the next trick can't be on that ledge again. You have to move to a different spot of the plaza. You know, it's got that game of skate feeling, but they're constantly moving around like different parts of the plaza. So I just think it's a little bit more exciting to watch. I think for skateboarders, like this format of competing is probably more fun than like competing in Street League. Like it's more of just a session at this like super iconic spot. And I kind of wish they would do like a series where they like did this format and took a group of skaters around to different iconic spots around the world. I just think it would be really interesting, that format, and then, you know, mixing up the spots every time. It's just like a game of skate on steroids. It's a lot more interesting in my opinion. And that brings us to our fifth and final most underrated skateboard YouTube channel. And this one is actually surprisingly huge in Brazil, but because in America we don't speak Portuguese, it flies under the radar, but it's called Sobre Skate. I think that's Portuguese for about skateboarding. Let me know in the comments if you speak Portuguese. I speak Spanish, so I'm kind of guessing they're similar. But they do like vlogs and stuff with pro skaters like, you know, Luan Oliveira, maybe Thiago's on there. I know like Gabriela Mazzetto. A lot of like Brazilian skaters are on that YouTube channel. If they're living in Brazil, you'll see them regularly in those videos. But my favorite thing that they do is a competition called Slides or Grinds. So again, it's like a spin-off on like a game of skate format. It's similar to the King of Makba, but basically all it is they create the most perfect ledge, and it's usually like a 2-tiered ledge. You got a lower ledge, you got a taller ledge above it. They get like all the best skaters from across Brazil. Sometimes they get some from the US to go down for it. But basically it's a game of skate on ledges only, but you have to alternate between setting a slide trick or a grind trick. As well, I believe you also have to alternate the the set every single turn, so you can't just have somebody run away with it. I might be wrong, maybe it's not like that, maybe you don't alternate, but regardless, what it does is you get like the best ledge skaters doing like the gnarliest ledge tricks, and like you can see just how effortless they are, like how consistent they are at skateboarding. And one reason I personally love it is a lot of times when the games of skate are just like getting going, you'll see them like going through the basic ledge tricks that they have, whether it's tail slides, no slides, crooked grinds, 5-0s, whatever it may be. But you basically, it's almost like a ledge skating masterclass. You get to see the best ledge skaters do some of the best ledge skating on pretty much a perfect ledge. So just like the level of skating is absolutely mind-blowing. And there's a lot of different techniques about ledge skating that I've learned just from like watching these games of skate from Slides and Grinds. And like I said, this channel is like huge. They get lots of views, but in Brazil, over here in the US, you go up to the skate park, you ask somebody like, do you know what Battle of the Barracks is? Everybody's gonna say yes. But if you ask them, do you know what Slides and Grinds is? Pretty much nobody's gonna know what you're talking about. Again, this is like another one of those contest formats that I think is just as interesting, if not more interesting than watching like a street league, but like it's massively underrated and underviewed over here in the US. So if you're a skate nerd like me, you're kind of obsessed with this stuff, those are 5 skateboard channels that I definitely would recommend you checking out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think are the most underrated skateboard channel besides this one. I'm just kidding. But no, for real, thank you guys for pulling up. Let me know if you like this style of video and what kind of videos you guys would like to see more of in the future. Grab yourself some Friday merch before it's too late. Christmas is coming up soon, so go cop that. And remember to make every single day a Friday. I'ma go skate. See you guys in the next video.